Do 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 do. I'm loving it. Bam. What's up, sons? It's Blind Run with Son of a Tech once again, and welcome back to yet another crypto mining show. Your favorite live stream about cryptocurrency mining in the morning. Maybe. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. Today we're going to be talking about Gminer, as well as the crypto mining market kind of taking a dump as far as profitability. And then I did have an idea for a mining operating system that I want implemented. Maybe we'll discuss exactly what that idea is. And one of you all that maybe has some development experience, etc., could help me figure out how we could do it. Maybe. It's going to be me trying to figure out who's out there and what kind of options there are. I don't even know if it's possible, but I think it's possible. Anyways, I do have to make some changes before we get rolling today.
Today's sponsor is CDK Deals.
And that is going to be with
keys through CDK
this
Deals.
specifically.
To activate, it's as simple
Because
as clicking the
today
link in the description,
we need
going to
a
the
different
website
ad.
and clicking Buy
So,
Now.
I
Then
want to
click
make
sign
sure
up
that
for
we
an
are
account.
rocking.
Type in today's sponsor is Crypto.com.
Crypto.com ad.
is
And so sorry for that ad running a little bit. It just was one of those things where I didn't get it updated in time. Yesterday, just to give you guys an idea, I was pretty tied up with a lot of stuff going on. And it was a good day. But they do, I don't know if you guys have this at your kids' schools, but they do like a Thanksgiving thing. And like at the time that we usually do the stream, because they do it by grade. And so, if it's kindergarten, you get to do the earliest one, which was the 10:45 a.m. And so I had to go get that done, and that was super awesome. And then I did jujitsu, and I got my stripe, and then I took my son to jujitsu, and he got his stripe. So it was a super awesome day. Oh, and I do have a fix and basically a diagnosis of a rig that we're going to go over today as well. So I think that's it. We got Gminer release notes. We got mining market down. We got an idea for a mining OS and something to basically show you what to troubleshoot. Which actually, the idea for the OS resolves the issue we're having. So there you go. Let's get into the ad for today. As always, down in the description, you can snag the info.
Today's sponsor is Crypto.com. Crypto.com is my go-to centralized exchange for liquidating my crypto assets. With their Crypto.com Visa debit card, I can load up my mined Ethereum to pay for power and other operating costs quickly while earning up to 8% cash back. In addition to the Visa debit card, there are additional fiat options, including wire transfers, to easily receive your profits. Crypto.com also offers additional services, including trading and even staking, to earn additional revenue on your investments. Join 10 million plus users buying and selling 100 plus cryptocurrencies at true cost by using my affiliate link in the description for a $25 funding bonus. Or enter referral code SOAT at sign up for the same bonus. Remember, cryptocurrency investment comes with significant risks, so do your own research.
Alrighty, so first things first, we're going to hop into patch notes for Gminer 2.72. There aren't many patch notes. This is the shortest patch notes we've had in a while. All you got here is a fixed memory leak on AMD GPUs, fixed compatibility with latest Linux distributions, which would help you with things like SMOS and HiveOS as well, and fixed a crash or crashes that appeared in version 2.71. So that's kind of where we're at as far as the new Gminer. If you were utilizing it with AMD GPUs and having issues, check it out. If you were utilizing it on Hive OS and having issues, check it out. Maybe they're resolved. Other than that, there's probably no reason to check it out, but it's important to cover, these releases so everybody is up to date. All right, so we aren't going to go over this quite yet, but this one's really interesting, and we're going to have to talk about it. I'm excited. That doesn't go. We don't want Twitter up. All right. So I didn't see anything on CoinDesk that I wanted to cover today. I guess the only one that I would want to cover as far as mining is concerned would be this one here. So let's go ahead and check it out. Now, I have not pre-read this one. I usually pre-read them. But I was a little busy yesterday. And this morning, I did not wake up as early as I usually do. All right, there we go. So, Bitcoin miner Iris Energy upsizes its IPO, valuing company at $1.5 billion. The Australian Bitcoin miner expects to start trading on the NASDAQ November 19th under the ticker symbol IRIN. Iris Energy, a Sydney-based company that mines Bitcoin primarily with renewable energy, raised its initial public offering pricing to $28 per share from the previous expected range of $25 to $27. All right, so it's $1 more. Wah, wah. The miner said its plans to sell 8.3 million shares, raising about $232 million through its IPO offering, according to a statement. It expects to start trading on the NASDAQ on November 19th under the ticker symbol IRIN. We already read that in the intro. But you know what they say about journalism. Tell them once, tell them again, and tell them one more time. There you go. I guess he's writing good articles. Iris will use the proceeds from the offering to fund its growth initiatives, including hardware purchases and acquisition and development of data center sites and facilities, as well as for working capital and general corporate purposes. The company said it has been mining Bitcoin since 2019 and has sold all the Bitcoin it mined, bucking the trend of most miners hodling or holding onto their coins. Do you believe them? Do you believe that they've sold? Do you believe them? I'm just like, do you believe them? Because I'm not sure I believe them. We sold it for Monero. Bye-bye. That's weird. That is actually not the trend for most mining operations. So I don't know. Let's see. It does say there's an article here. No. Sorry, excuse me. I'm probably gonna have to go blow my nose here. 1 second. But yeah, this isn't an article covering that. All right, we're gonna get into the market right after a word from my nose. All good, baby. All good. All right, let's hop into the mining market today. I'll be answering questions and everything, at the end of the show like we normally do. Raul C, thanks for the $20. I am going to copy that question and throw it into a notepad so I don't miss it for later. See, look, I put it on a notepad. Look, I'll show you. We won't forget it. All right, so mining markets are all down. Crypto's been down. You basically have the 3090 all the way down to $6.53 a day after power cost of 22 cents, which, you know, we were doing that for other people, but let's reset it. Let's reset it so we can cover this. All right. So $7.47, down from kind of its peak of $10 per 3090 last week. Last week. And then things don't get, any better as we kind of tick down through that. If we take a look at the 5700 XT, we're down to 367 from like almost $5. And then let's go ahead and check the other markets, though. One of the big ones has been the 3080 Ti lately, where it is more profitable on Flux. That's not the case anymore. It's more profitable on ETH. What's it showing the unlock at? Let's just make sure. 85 megahash a second. Man, this is actually an interesting case. The assumption of hash rate, I guess, for the 3080 Ti is much higher than what essentially you can actually reliably get. While 85 to 87 megahash is definitely like possible, usually you're more around that like 75 to 80 megahash a second, just to set expectations. It's interesting that the ET hash on here on what to mine is actually over projecting, wherein like a lot of cases, if we do the 5700 XT, that's a little under. You can hit like 56 to 57, right? Now, to be fair though, this is also assuming still that you flash the GPU to a certain extent. So, I don't know. All right, let's go ahead and look at ASIC miners. Ooh, I want to see how the L3 Plus is doing. $4.75 a day on the L3 Plus. What are we looking at on the S19 Pros? Not huge dips. I mean, still like 25%. So it's looking like it's not quite 25%. Let's see how we can do this. This is going to be off. I can't calculate it off of my own earnings because we have a rig down that I'm going to be talking about. But what could we calculate this off of that I have right off the top of my head? Because I can only really estimate. Can we change the date here? Let's say yeah, that's just averaging for the last 7 days. It's not really working. All right. Let's talk about this. Why is this happening? Crypto.com coin is pumping up 13.8%. Pretty much pumping over everything except for this Avalanche, right? Why would Crypto.com coin be pumping? Well, if you use the Crypto.com app to liquidate your assets or to protect investments and so on, we could go stand to reason that essentially the Crypto.com app is being used to basically dump crypto into fiat assets. So that's possible as to why essentially Crypto.com coin is pumping. Most people aren't going to even be the interesting thing is you don't have to convert to Crypto.com coin or the crow or whatever to basically cash out. But, you know, you do have to put in a little bit to get basically the app stood up, if you guys aren't familiar. They are a sponsor of the channel. The other reason that they're probably up, I'm going to show you guys here real quick. It's really interesting is they're kind of taking a different angle than most exchanges where their sponsorships are, you know, through the roof. So they do have an announcement. Now, they didn't ask me to cover this or anything. I'm covering it because it's, you know, big news, but this is probably the other reason. Crypto.com tweeted, "We are extremely proud to announce that Staples Center Los Angeles' most iconic arena is getting a new name, Crypto.com Arena, as part of its 20-year partnership. We're also excited to welcome the Lakers and the LA Kings as our newest partners." And this was tweeted last night, 11:22 p.m. Central Time on the 16th of November. So, it is also possible that right now what is happening is people are, you know, super, I almost spilled that, are super, you know, bullish on the way Crypto.com is functioning and buying something. It's really interesting though, right? Because essentially Crypto.com is an exchange that also spreads awareness about cryptocurrency, but also has its own crypto. I don't know. To me, it feels like a lot of stuff in control of that Crypto.com has, you know. But I think that, like, as far as for like perception, but this is insane. Like 40 cents is insane. 48 cents, almost 50 cents on Crypto.com coin. If you guys saw that last year when I started talking about Crypto.com, that's insane. That's a huge pump, you know. But anyways, that aside, they're doing work, boys. They're doing work. They're doing their thing. And I think it's kind of a multifaceted part, right? People liquidating through Crypto.com. And, of course, the partnerships that they've announced. But obviously, it's a really good project because, although centralized, right? It is one of the best and easiest ways for, you know, most people in most geographical locations to convert to fiat. You do have Coinbase as well. Always be checking prices between the two, right? Make sure you know what you're doing, getting into. The other pumpers for the day, Avalanche. I've never heard of Avalanche, so let's go take a look at what Avalanche is. And it's up. Pretty good. All right. Low cost, eco-friendly. Join now. Avalanche is the fastest smart contracts platform in the blockchain industry as measured by time to finality, and has the most validators securing its activity on any proof of stake protocol. Then why haven't I heard about you? So it's proof of stake. There's the validators. Let's get the roadmap. Let's see. It's Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. Give me a white paper. Ooh, bridge. Bridge tutorials. All right. So it does look like there's a bridge for Ethereum, and I will look into that later. That's promising. What else I got? Meh. Because it says smart contracts and all that. Partners with Aave. Or what is this? No, just their ecosystem. Okay. Cool. Alrighty. And then what was the last pumper that we had today? Wax. Wax on, wax off. Wax.io. Okay. So this is going to be the NFT. All right. The Worldwide Asset Exchange, dun dun dun, is the world's most proven and eco-friendly blockchain for NFTs, video games, and collectibles. It's got the Saw, Atari, Mattel, Street Fighter, Robotech, Funko, Pop, Bratz, Hasbro, Weezer, Deadmau, William Shatner. All your favorite brands, like the brand William Shatner. Yeah. What's in here? Wax blockchain developer Hive, an all-in-one blockchain platform for digital goods. Wax lets today's businesses profit from rapidly growing $15 billion digital goods economy. Powerful suite of APIs for Wax developers. A simple standard for digital assets. That's not what I want. This is what I want. Your wiki sucks. If I hit docs and tools and I say overview. Oh, wait, hold on. Ah, here's what I want to see. Documentation. Thank you. Get started. Complete our Docker Quick Start. Is your Docker Quick Start guide up to date? You got it? You got it going? You got it going? Okay. I approve. I approve. We're good. I feel better. I like Wax. All right, so let's talk about my mining farm. We're down. Hardcore. Last week we were sitting around, hovering around $400 a day. Every day. And now we're down to $328.57 a day. I do have a rig down. Look at this. Look at this. So we're down like to 4.5 gigahash a second because my 3070 rig is down. Why is my 3070 rig down? File system is read only, rebooting. And then guess what? You go out there and it just has a grub recovery mode. So I'm going to have to go out there today. I wanted to stay here all day because the drive is so far. I wanted to stay here all day and work on content because I know, believe me, I know that we're not getting as much content out as I normally do. And it's only going to get worse as the holiday season comes around, especially in my current awkward situation. So I was trying to stay here to work on all the videos we need to get caught up on. We have a couple in the pipeline right now. Script's done. I just need to record and edit. Unfortunately, I have to get this online. But this leads me to my idea. All right. Do y'all remember, or not remember, are y'all aware of like VMware? I don't know. Anyways, VMware runs very specifically like in the memory of the system. So while it does boot from like a USB drive, if the USB drive fails while the system is running, it doesn't matter. It keeps running. Wrong button. So what I would like to see is basically a lighter weight a lighter weight OS that could run in the system memory after the boot, so that like if the USB drive dies, it keeps running. The other note about that is the USB drives would die less because there's not as many read and writes hitting the USB drives. Another, of course, alternative to this is to run off of an NVMe drive for like things like Hive OS, but that's a huge waste of money. Right now I'm going through USB drives pretty frequently though, so we might be swapping some extra problematic systems over to different solutions like an NVMe drive. Anyways, wanted to show you guys that error. It's the error once again in Hive OS's file system is read-only rebooting. So if we could get, somebody within the community that would like to work with me on figuring out how we could get a mining OS running in system memory. Obviously, part of the problem is most mining rigs are only running 8 gigabytes of system memory, but I don't think that that's unfeasible even with like a headless Linux distro. So I think like the first step would be finding like the headless Linux distro like VMware uses, right? Or whatever, that will run, within system memory, and then basically figure out a platform like Hive OS to move over to it. And I think you would be super good. As far as Pixie boot, that's going to boot to an image typically, Jackal. So that boots over the network. Obviously, that can be great for like OS install management or whatever. But are you so okay, we'll get to questions anyways. So Elliot Hanford says you just got diskless Pixie boot working on Hive OS. So is it, well, and here's the question, is it still reading over the network? Elliot. So like, let's say, because that's great. I think that's a good idea. That's something we could do now. So thank you for that. I'm going to actually look into that. Other than that, though, I want it running off of the system memory, not off of a drive. Because a diskless Pixie boot, my understanding would be essentially you would be booting from a Hive image, which I'm curious how that works. Hit me up in Rocket Chatter on Twitter, because if it's, you would have to have separate images for each mining rig. Anyways, it's still reading from somewhere. All right. Let's see. Kroll says decode. No, I don't code. I used to do a lot of PowerShell. That's it. And PowerShell scripting. I guess I shouldn't say not any code, but not professionally. Whatever. I don't ever claim to code. Michael Tech says, hey, not sure if you saw your last super chat. You love the videos. I create GPU hangers and other mining accessories. Yeah, man, you can email me. That's fine. I have a few of those that I have honestly already from others that I have not even put up at this point. Swinny, sorry you blew up your 3,000 watt server PSU last night. What'd you do for blowing it up? HiveOS not recommending USB flash drives. The problem is it's really expensive to run traditional SSDs. They're getting cheaper though. That's fair. Eventually they're going to fail too, I believe, because there's still flash memory. Anyways. All right. And I don't know. It seems to me from this error, the file system is on the USB drive. And it's trying to read something from the USB drive. So it's not loading everything into the memory. I could be wrong, though. Let's see. I had that notepad. Congrats on the stripes. Love your videos. Can you make a video on your thoughts about Ethereum and Ethereum 2.0? How many videos have we done about Ethereum in ETH 2.0? It's in the About tab for my email and contact information on YouTube. Ethereum will be moving to proof of stake at some point, and no, it won't be 2 coins to address that question. It's 1 coin. While it functions kind of as like 2 separate networks right now, essentially what's going to happen is called the merge. And when the merge happens, the proof of work portion of Ethereum will go away and basically become... And this part's confusing. Initially, it was supposed to become a shard, was my understanding, within Ethereum 2.0. But now it sounds like it's going to be a side chain. At this point. So, I don't know. So, I think that, yeah, I think it's a side chain, which is kind of weird because ETH's going to have like all these weird side chains. The Kielbasa says, what's the plan for cooling the warehouse? We'll have obviously like intake low, exhaust high. There's industrial fans. The upgrade's like $3,600 or something. Not needed yet because we're in winter. So I'll be pushing that out as far as I can. Please try to tag me if you guys have questions. It makes it a little bit easier. To read through. When is it beneficial to use an HDMI dummy plug, or is it, so the HDMI dummy plugs were used primarily on RTX 3060s before they went to, 3060s? Yeah, RTX 30, or was it the TI? No, RTX 3060s, the dummy plugs are used on in Windows rigs to get the full hash power out. But you also have to be running the correct driver as well, which is the 470.05. So it's a very specific situation to use HDMI dummies, and that's pretty much why you may hear of that as a thing. Detroit Irish at Semitech, how many 220-30 amp drops are in the warehouse? Did you get Septic yet? Septic's not out there. We have 4 30 amp 220s and 1 50 amp 220. And then Swing said, can't tag on mobile. Son of a tech, let me know if that works. That worked. That worked, Swinny. Golden Wolf says, son of a tech, good morning from Seattle. Good morning, Golden Wolf from Texas. Paper Pilot says, son of a tech, I'm trying to run a miner on my new Dell Aura R12 to keep it safe. Can I put the miner in a VM environment? So first of all, we've kind of gone over, I've gone over this before. I think it's like how to mine, game and mine safely. And I'll explain it to you. But finally, oh, that's an old video, boys. Back in my youngin' days. But what you want to do is essentially, so there's a couple ways you could do it. The way that I suggest here is basically rebooting into Hive OS and then making sure that you have like your primary drive, your OS drive, BitLockered at the very least, right? Encrypted essentially. So I believe I go over like how to, we talk about encrypting the drive, all that sort of thing, right? So if you run like compartmentalized, like in a VM, it's still really no different. It just doesn't really function that well as far as getting full hash rate. So that's the best I got right now. As far as like if you're looking for safe and whatever, right? So when he says, I'm looking at going liquid cooling for your farm, it makes more sense to go immersion cooling. It's expensive though. Yeah, so, right, so with, this is the same problem with solar, right? Initial upfront cost pushes out your ROI really far. Would it be more beneficial to just buy more hardware? Right? I'm of the mindset until you're like raking in enough to like pull that off, I don't think it's beneficial. Be Happy says, Son of a Tech, how much less electricity does it use to combine GPUs from multiple PCs into one rig? About 100 to 150 watts per rig. So if you had 2 rigs, you would be saving 150 watts. If you had 3 rigs, you'd be saving 300 watts, and so on. And that's an estimate. I don't know exactly what CPU and motherboard you're running in each one, but that's essentially what you're looking at. El Cal Shooter says, Son of a Tech, is there any solutions for AMD overclock settings to mine Flux coin? Because now I'm getting lower hash rate on AMD GPUs. I haven't looked into it for any of my AMD GPUs at this point. Flux does not look profitable on almost any AMD GPUs. So it seemed like something that would be not beneficial for me to quite work on at this point. You know? Yeah, I mean, it's not profitable on anything as far as AMD GPUs go. Like, not Polaris, nothing. Yeah, I mean, if I'm doing AMD altcoin, I'm doing Firo. That's what I'm doing. That's me. If I'm mining some altcoin with AMD GPUs, I'm rolling Firo. That's my feelings on the subject. So Sweeney says, you're talking about submersion. You say that like it's always hot there. You feel the upfront costs will, help with the longevity of the cards. The only part of the longevity of the cards that you would have to worry about is not really necessarily even the PCB or anything on the card itself, but the fans. Right? Like the fans and the thermal paste and the thermal pads. What you would have to like calculate, and it wouldn't really necessarily even have to do with how hot it is, but what you would really have to calculate out is how often are you changing thermal pads and fans, and they extrapolate that out over time to compare that to, you would add that as an additional factor to your ROI. Does that make sense? Hexacorn says, think I'm done buying GPUs for now. Gonna reinvest mining revenue into ASICs next. Well, you can always check out BT-miners and use code FREESHIPPING2021 with my referral link to help a bro out. I need to go actually send them an invoice because they aren't actually a current sponsor right now. Speaking of, I actually do want to look at it. Thanks for the reminder. Let's look. Let's look. What do they even got for sale? Because weren't they almost... Yeah, they're out of the L7s. Bastards. You got those S19s, though. I still... And maybe some of y'all can help me understand some of this. Is 6 more terahash worth $1,400 more dollars? All of this pricing is confusing. So confusing. And Silicon A10s. Yuck. Don't buy these, guys. Come on. I'm terrible. Buy it, but if you do, buy them from BT Miners. Just saying, don't buy the ETH ASICs right now. Oh. New 5J said you ordered from him, waiting on shipping. Yeah, it does come from China. The shipping was pretty fast from China when I ordered from him. It was like 2 weeks, I think. It was less, actually. It was like a week. But anyways. Be happy. Thanks for the $10. You rock, my man. JB Man says better off buying CPUs instead of GPUs right now. Better ROI currently. I don't think that's true anymore. I think that was true 2 weeks ago. I don't think that's true right now. I don't think that's true right now. Have you seen the difficulty spike on Raptorium? Plus, what happens if, like, it's one coin? It's one coin. Look at that. Look at this. Look at this f***ing difficulty spike. No. It's a... No. One coin can't... I don't know. I don't see that sustaining that for long. And then what are you going to do? Go to Monero and make 30 cents a day? Nah, bro. And I don't even think this calculator's up to date. Oh, and great. The Raptorium API is down. Bro, come on. The Raptorium API is down. And the spike in difficulty is crazy. And it's not a big, large cap coin. It's not smart to dump a ton of money into CPU mining right now. I'm just saying. I don't think it is. I get the appeal, and on paper it looks great for now. It's getting nuts, though. All right. Make sure you guys tag me with questions so we can get going. Hypernova says, do you recommend these days GPU ETH right now for an invest, or should you go Helium? I still am having trouble getting Helium miners. I never got one. I had 2 on order. I never got them. I heard that there's some new ones that are supposed to launch. Well, they launched yesterday, but I didn't get one. Am I still buying GPUs? Yes, I'm buying GPUs. I'm currently picking up 3090s for like $1,800 a pop. I think I have 3 more on order right now. And then I'll be looking again for more. I will also be looking for ASICs, but I haven't decided how I want to do that yet. Maroon Aggie says, any idea about applying AMD driver settings automatically after Adrenaline reboot? You can't, because basically the Adrenaline reboot is a failed overclock. That's why. Paper Pilot, where are you getting GPUs? Off of people off the internet that don't want to be in mining anymore and are scared of the merge, primarily. Hyper says, yeah, I got to buy them from the black market, but is the reward going to go down a lot for them? I don't know. I don't know enough about Helium. Stick Shark says, what is your all-around favorite GPU? For gaming, the 6900 XT. For mining, the RTX 3090 right now. Fubi Gmo says, I have a For the Win 3 EVGA 3090 and I'm getting about 123 megahash a second. But it's telling me my VRAM temp is around 100 to 102. How can you get this temp down? That's really good temperatures for RTX 3090, dude. And that's just the way it is. Bro, most people are struggling to replace pads and get those 3090s below 110C so that they don't thermal throttle. So if you're not thermal throttling and you're like 8 degrees Celsius below what thermal throttle is, I wouldn't touch it. Don't touch it. Leave it alone. You're good. That's a unicorn there, baby. That's a unicorn for a 3090. Don't touch it. Xander Coin Miner says, best GPU for Ravencoin. I don't know right now. I don't know right now what the best GPU for Ravencoin would be. I would still just say 3090 because it probably is. Just be like, yeah, it's a 3090, bro. Here, we'll look at that. Load all the coins. It does $4.63 a day on Ravencoin. How many coins is that? Get yourself a cool 50 Raven a day. Oh, it's even better. That's nice, Hash Capel. Oops. Never mind. What happened? Did ETH just go back up in price? What's going on? The markets are all over the place. No. Sorta. Weird. All right. Bam. All right. Oh, yeah. I would probably... That's a fair point. I do want to say that. The 3080 Ti essentially on that alt, I think, mines as much as Ravencoin, right? Mines as much Ravencoin. How much Ravencoin does it mine? 53 Raven. Yeah. So actually the 3080 Ti is mining 6 more Ravencoin than the 3090. Good catch. I would still put it on Conflux, but pick that baby up, boys. For that kapow. 3080 Ti, that's my new answer. Because it doesn't matter if it's light hash rate. That's my new answer. Everybody's learning today. Look at them jujitsu bruises and rug burns. I got a rug burn on my forehead. Did you guys see it? Mat burn on the forehead. I got it on my feet. Elbow. Got some bruises. I'm beat up right now. Real beat up. Dan Reagan, welcome to the Rocket Chat. Oh, I know you. All right. Golden Wolf, son of a tech. Yeah, you changed the memory pads on your 3080. Let's see. On your 3090, 15K GLID went from 120 megahash a second to 124 megahertz. You got that refresh rate? I know what you mean. Megahash a second. 40C stable now. Congratulations, sir. Eris, son of a tech, do you think the Ravencoin price will correlate with Diff increase after the merge? No. Yes? So, okay. No. Specifically, I think the price will be affected. All right. So I think the price will be affected by the halving in December or January. And the diff will probably go up then. And then it will go up again during the merge. Does that make sense? But I don't think a price correlation will happen again with the merge. I think there's a better chance for Ergo. Backdoor Slugs says, son of a tech, with tech season among us, how do you prepare your gains for Uncle Sam? Do you have a specific tax person? Yeah, you get a CPA, a tax attorney, and to get everything going, use bitcoin.tax or a similar service that basically will give you sheets that you can import into like TurboTax that you can then like go over with, you know, your CPA or whatever at that point. SMK says, son of a tech, 5,000 a good buy. How much are you getting it for? Dan said, you mentioned something about crypto jurisdiction, something about how there's a difference between where the cryptocurrency is housed and where the signal looking at it originates from. I don't know. I probably have to think about that a little bit more. I think the terminology is confusing me, Dan. Signal it originates is looking at it from. I'm trying to remember what the context was. I don't got it today. Painkiller says Conflex difficulty is tanked. Yeah, and the 3080 Ti is the only one that's like that and the the 2080 Ti? I think it's called it. SMK, $2,300 US for an A5000 and $3,000 for a 3090 in India. What are the A5000s at? I thought they weren't mining that good. I thought you wanted the, what is it? I thought the A5000 was doing really bad. I thought it was I'm trying to remember which one it was. It was good. Okay, no, I'm wrong. A5000 is 100 megahash a second. $105 megahash a second. So, I mean, it's not a hard calculation. You guys can always go in here and do it, right? If you know how much you're going to pay, you can at least get an idea of what the best at the time is going to be, right? So you take your 2,300 for the A5000 and divide that, use a calculator, divide that by the 738, right? Boom, 311-day ROI. Wrong one. Come on. Let it load. So then if we hit the 3090, right? And we do the 3000 divided by 843, 355 days. There's your answer, A5000. Boom! Boom! For your specific case. Just go use the calculators. You can figure it out. Barrett says, just bought 10 RTX 3079 Lite hash rate for $1,400. Do you think I can ROI them before ETH 2.0? Once again, what we can utilize are these things that we have that are calculators to get an idea if this would be possible. So let's go ahead and once again go pull ourselves up the 3070 here. It's doing 437 a day. Gonna pop in over here. You said 1,400. You divide that by 437, and it's 320-day ROI. The answer would be no. No, you will not, if the timeline is met for the merge in June. But then again, there's what I always say, ETH proof of stake is indefinitely delayed 2 years. So there you go. Pearl Rival says, son of a tech, nice photo of you and your son. For his age, he looks stocky. Yeah, I made sure I picked good genes to make a big athletic boy with. You know what I'm saying? What can I say? It was the goal from the beginning. Golden Wolf says, have fun at your jiu-jitsu class. Don't get too bruised. I'm not going today. Wednesday's my day off. I will probably go to the gym, though. Ness FPS says, Son of a Tech, is there any reason you don't use 2 miners BTC payout if you're selling ETH into BTC? I just don't want to switch right now. Speaking of, we should look at mining pools profits, huh? Oh, I gotta go. Real quick, let's look at mining pools profits before I head out today. Boom. All right. Last 90 days, crazy pool. 60 days, crazy pool. Ether mining second on both of those. 30 days, crazy pool. Mining pool hub takes second place. Last 21 days, ZET crazy pool bumps into second place. Last 14 days, ZET mining pool hub takes over second place. Last 7 days, ZET and 2 miners takes over second place. Last 3 days, ZET and 2 miners still in the same spots. And last day, crazy pool takes second place and ZET remains number 1. I don't know what this ZET pool is. They do not share MEV. I do not know why they're doing good. But we need to look into that, don't we? Other than that, the developers of Crazy Pool have asked me to give their pool another chance. One, it's a lot of work because they don't have, basically, you have to manually put everything in for Crazy Pool into Hive OS because of the way they set up their protocols. And 2, I'm just kind of lazy right now. I'm trying to get a whole bunch of other stuff done. But there is a possibility that we swap back to Crazy Pool for a little bit. I'm just not really, I'm kind of on the fence about it. Everything's working right now on Flex Pool. It's just working. And I have a lot of stuff to get through. So that's why I haven't done it. We should have, let me double check here. Let me double check. Need that one. We should have I have numbers ready for LOL miner 1.36. I'm going to try to get that done today. Then we're going to be addressing a little bit of crypto drama. Not really drama. I'll explain it in the video. I'm going to just approach it from kind of taking you guys through how it works to be a cryptocurrency content creator, so you guys have a better idea of what to look out for, specifically with other people in that are making crypto content. I have done some more research. I understand the payment mechanisms, what content creators are willing to do, specifically within cryptocurrency to make money. Which ones are upfront about it. I only am going to talk about the ones that are upfront about it. I will not talk about the other ones. But just because I don't talk about someone doesn't mean that they're not upfront. It just means that I'm just going to avoid that. But I am going to also talk about like some red flags to look out for when consuming basically crypto content online. So that's another video that's coming. And then from there, I got to go fix this rig. So I'm going to go head out to the farm, which I did not want to do today, but I got to do that. And then I'm going to try to haul butt back here. And then we're going to be working on videos all day. Don't forget, tomorrow morning, we'll have the Crypto Mining Morning Show. Once again, 10:45 a.m. East Coast to 11:45 a.m. East Coast, 9:45 a.m. to 10:45 a.m. Central, and 7:45 a.m. to 8:45 a.m. West Coast. I'll see you next Tuesday.